So basically, core maths is like applying maths, like proper maths, to everyday situations. If that makes sense, right?
Yeah, like, I mean, we do like a range of activities that fit in real life scenarios. So it's more hands-on work rather than pure maths. For example, one of the things we did that I particularly enjoyed, we did an investigation where we found out why Germany won the World Cup, and we used Excel and other sources of information to judge what attributes they had, and basically had to make a conclusion of that investigation of why they have won. And I really liked it because the teacher gave us the freedom to, first of all, choose our own subject, what we want to investigate, and secondly, how we want to investigate it, and use whatever we have to, whether Excel, graphs, and total freedom to do our own investigation. And I kind of relate in real life because we used loads of programs, loads of research tools to really find our own way to do it.
I think that you learn a lot of skills that are useful for like a wide variety. For example, like with that case study, we learned how to research it, and then we had to learn how to get that information and then put it in Excel, and then like make something of that in Excel and stuff like that.
Yeah, like when I first started, I thought it would be different, but it's like you're expanding your own knowledge from GCSE,
Yeah.
but it's not proper hard, like A-level maths.
It's like more problem solving to everyday situations, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's not like unrealistic stuff like, oh, you know, if I have 60 grapes. Oh no, that's kind of realistic still. Okay, scratch that. Carry on.
Anyway, I recommend it for those of you guys that were in a similar situation as I was, because I had 3 A-levels, so my slots were already taken up, but I kind of wanted to do maths. So I was offered core maths as an add-on, and I took it on top of the 3 A-levels.
What do you do?
Sociology, business, and Spanish. And they offered core maths to me, so I took it up, and it's on top of the 3 subjects. It's a good addition, always to continue the maths from GCSE, or if you're not that super confident with maths, then take core maths. It's always a good addition, always looks good as an additional subject. Always gives you the extra UCAS points on the for the university application.
It's also easy if you take science subjects, like in biology, you use things like I-squared, standard deviation. It kind of reminds you of how to go through with that, instead of like, obviously because from GCSE you might have forgotten, gotten a bit rusty, need to, get better at that. Pretty helpful.
Like at first I kind of found core maths kind of pointless, because I was kind of like, it's not like real maths, because I was used to that GCSE standard maths where it's like you learn this, you do this, you do this. Whereas with core maths, it's like you do practicals, and then from those practicals you have to find the maths in them. So it kind of forces you to think as though you're the examiner or the person asking the questions. And I think it's more helpful that way, rather than being given the questions, you actually make your own questions, which kind of challenges you to think more about what maths is. Like with like the probability ones, rather than just doing questions, we actually took up an experiment where we're rolling dice, and then we would be like recording how many times, let's say, the number 6 comes up. And then I think that being actually involved in probability rather than just being taught about it kind of helped me understand more about it than just, yeah.
Yeah, certainly. So that's all then, yeah. So to sum up, core maths is good for either if you're a bit rusty on maths and you're not too confident on maths and you want to always continue that maths to a certain level. Core maths is the option. Also good if you're stuck between subjects. You can always choose 3 subjects and then extra core maths. And yeah, always a good addition for that university.
It's good for support as well, like what Tanya said. Like with bio and psychology, we learn some of the things that we learn in core maths. So when we're actually doing it in those separate subjects, it's kind of like
So you're a step ahead. You're a step ahead in the game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Step ahead of it.
Like I'm not finding it as hard to cope with it, because I'm like, okay, I remember doing this, so I kind of have the foundation, and then
Just build up upon that,
Yeah.
and it's pretty easy once you get into it. Like it might seem like a chore at first, but it will be helpful in the end. and you'll have an extra qualification.
And also it's just good to have maths, you know?
Yeah.
Like I feel like even
need
after,
maths in
exactly.
everyday life mostly. Like we also do work with like taxes and income, things like that. So
Yeah.
it's good with real life
Yeah,
applications.
really
makes
applicable
sense.
to real life.
Yeah.
Mm.